Today, like my last two presentations was based on base oil, but today I'm here to present a presentation on sales guidelines. So let's go into the topic. So first we will see the most prior things, the top 8 rules for the sales. The most basic thing for the sales is building a relationship. Like always like if you have a good relationship with the client, then only we can get a good sales pitch with the customer. Then only we can after establishing a relationship only we will know like how to deal with the client. Only through the relationship we will understand the customer well. Then the second one is always when we are always when a customer is coming to us, when we see an opportunity with a customer, first we should listen them rather than talking to them, because in most of the cases once we listen and are asking the customer some good questions, then only we'll come to know how much the customer is aware about our trade. Otherwise, when we keep explaining the customer and if he is not understanding anything, that creates an uncomfortability for the customer also, where everything will go in vain. So better knowing the customer, we can explain him how to handle things with them, and also we can explain how we can sell our values to him. Then always like we have to talk about the money. Always we should know what is the budget of the customer, and we should explain him the cost incurring for all these. Then we should not push. Always we should not push a client too much hard, because if you push a client where if he's feeling uncomfortable, there's a chance of breakage. Then comes set reasonable expectations. Always inform the client. Whatever we can supply, we have to inform the client. Like we should not hide anything from him. We should be open with them. Then only we will come to know about his concerns. Then we can see what best we can deliver to the client. Then the sixth one is respect time. We should always, like if we take an appointment or anything, we should always respect the time, because both our time and our client's time is valuable. So we should always look to it. Deliver on promise. We should always provide a delivery as we promise. Like we should put more efforts to keep the commitment what we have provided to the client. Then 8th is follow up. Always follow up is the most important part in sales. Even though if we have a client in front of, like even though if a client has done a business with us, and an after sale follow up is the most important thing. And after sale follow up is the most important thing. So getting a new business from an existing customer is more easy than getting a business from a new client. So to get a business from the existing client also, we have to make the follow up with them. So then only we have to make sure that he's not slipping away from us. So only through follow up we can have a close connection with the client always. These were the 8 rules of sales, which is the basic rules which we all have to follow. And as you know, selling is a process. It's an interactive process. It's an interactive process. It's an interactive process where we demonstrate our service and our products to the customer, and we will see how we can add values to them. Like we are not selling a product, we are selling values, the benefits. Then only a client will stick with us. And these 3 are the new, we call it a new ABC of selling. One is attunement, another one is buoyancy, and it's clarity, and third one is clarity. Attunement is an ability to understand the client's perspective. And have you heard about introvert, extrovert, and ambivert? Introvert is someone who's very reserved. So always an introvert will have a quality of listening. An extrovert is a person who can connect socially with other people, where an extrovert, like he's having an ability to communicate. But always a good salesperson must be ambivert. Ambivert in the sense he should have the quality to listen also, and he should have a quality to communicate properly also, to connect socially with the customers. And like there are few principles of attunement. One is increase your power by reducing it. It means that we should tune into rather than talking too much to the client, we should find a way to tune into the client's perspective, and we should see how to give him how to give him confidence. then we should always use our head and our mind together to connect with it. And this is the most important part, where always everybody might have faced this. When you make a call with the customer, there will be many of the customers, they don't have time to respond to us. They always starts with a no. But we should have the ability to withstand those negativities, and we should take the knock without falling down, and we should try again and again to hit the right perspective to get the sale. So this ability is known as buoyancy. And in this, we should have a self-talk before we make a call. Always expect for a no, but maybe we get a yes in the first call itself. But we should prepare for that. And during the conversation also, we should make sure, like, we should have a positive mindset towards it. Like, we should not be too much positive also, where it makes really unrealistic. But we should balance everything. Like even the positivity should be balanced. And the clarity, and this is one among the important part. Like clarity, like we should have a clarity about what this customer is asking us, and we should understand the problem, because if we understand the problem only, we can give him the right solution. So we should always have a clarity from the client also to serve him better. And always, like, there are 7 stages of processes there. One is preparation. First we have to make the preparation. First we have to prepare ourselves. Second one is we have to make contact. Third one is we have to establish the needs. And fourth one is we need to clarify. And after all these stages only we go for selling. But when we go for selling, we will get objections from the other side. So we have to find a way to handle these objections. Then we go, like, after clearing all the objections, after giving a proper clarity, we can sell. If you see, in more, like, we should define, like, in this process, the first stage is defining the problem. The second stage is ensuring understanding. Third stage is generate solutions. Fourth stage is covalent solution. Fifth stage is handling objections, and sixth stage is closing the sale. First of all, we have to define what is the problem. Like, whenever there is no problem, then we can close the sale. But if a problem arises also, we have to define what is the problem, and we have to understand it, and then we have to generate a solution. And even after generating solutions, we have to co-evaluate the solutions. We need to pick the best solution out of it. Then we have to handle the objections. Even though when a solution is put forward, there will be objections. We have to handle that, then only we can close a deal. If you see, it's a basic thing. People always buy benefits, not features. Even though if you're selling a TV, you say the features of the TV. But the customer who is paying money and buying a television, you always look for benefits. What benefits he gets by buying this TV. You can see in this, for selling a product, we can use the features and the advantages, we can explain the customer. But if you want a customer satisfaction, if you want to sell your app, if you want your customer to be happy, then we have to explain him the benefits, what he's getting through this. Then only he will be satisfied. And always, like, there is a need-based selling is there. That is that we are emphasizing the customer's needs and providing him a solution so that he'll be happy to work. For this need-based selling, we always need to ask more questions to the client, and we should understand about his needs. Then we have to provide him the solution to sell. And solution selling, as you see, it's a process. That to sell using a solution, like, you need to require certain skills, like situational knowledge. You need to be experienced about the situation. Then only you can respond to your client properly about it. then you need to have the product knowledge, you need to have the industrial knowledge, then you need to have the competitive knowledge, then you need to have the skill to attract your client, then you need to have the communication skill. You need to properly communicate with your client to make him understand about the solution what we provide, so it can satisfy his needs. Always every buyer prefers a solution selling, because no buyer wants to do a business and fall in a trap. Like, if he is not aware also, if we are providing certain solutions for his difficulties, he will be always happy to prefer us, to work with us. So we should always focus on selling solutions to the buyer. Like, if it is a new client and he is importing our cargoes, like vitamin cargo, if we take as an example, if he is importing for the first time, then we can explain him the difficulties whatever he can face during importing this cargo at the place where he want to handle the operations from his side. So we can explain him what are the possibilities where he face a difficulty, and we give him a solution upfront. Then he will understand like how experienced we are in this industry, and he feel confident to work with us. And certain cases buyers will also ask for solutions. So if we have a good experience in this, then we can provide good solutions to the buyer where we can keep him comfortable. Always you have to weigh between the risk and the reward. If you see, always the reward has to outweigh the risk. In all business there is risk, but we need to see how to tackle those risks and how we can achieve the reward out of it. There are some facts which you can see that with access to the internet, buyers often know as more than the salesperson. This is a true thing, where nowadays all buyers can directly connect to our competitors just by googling. Like whatever they require, they Google, they will get the result. So we have to be more knowledgeable, and we have to provide them good service. Then only we can keep our buyers in hand. Otherwise, they will slip away from us. You see, you will not meet your sales numbers if you are unable to identify and effectively communicate unique value by understanding and prioritizing customers' needs. We have to prioritize our customers' needs. We have to understand their needs, and we have to provide a proper solution to them. Otherwise, no buyers will stick on to us, because today's market, it's really competitive market where the buyer can, as I told you, can easily reach our competitor. So if we sell some good values only, he will be sticking on to us. Otherwise, he will slip away from us. Fact is, people don't care how much you know until they know how much we care for them. Or for example, after a buyer buys certain products from us also, we should keep a constant touch with them. We should explain them, we should update them about the market situations, whatever is happening. We should keep on updating them, we should provide them informations. Then we should always keep the relationship with the buyer. Even after a sale, we should follow up. As I told you, we should keep a relationship. Then only the buyer will stick on with us. There's a small quote. That's the end.